Listen, practice, repeat.
Hello, and welcome to English with Selena. Today, we are going to improve your English in a simple, relaxing, and interesting way. You will listen to a story, learn useful English words, and practice speaking with me. And don't worry if your English is not perfect yet. You don't need to understand every single word immediately. Just listen carefully, follow the story, and repeat the sentences when I ask you to. Today's story is completely new, and it is about a young woman named Emma who discovers that one small decision can change her entire life. The story is called The Letter at the Train Station. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. Emma lived in a small town where almost everyone knew each other. She worked in a little bakery near the train station. Every morning, she arrived at 7 o'clock, opened the windows, cleaned the tables, and prepared fresh bread for the customers. Her life was quiet, but she had one big dream. She wanted to travel around the world and speak English confidently with people from different countries. However, she always told herself that she was not ready. Her English was not perfect, and she was afraid of making mistakes. One rainy Monday morning, something unusual happened. Emma was walking toward the bakery when she noticed an old envelope lying on a bench at the train station. There was no name on the front. There was only one sentence written in blue ink. Please give this letter to the person who needs it most. Emma looked around, but the station was almost empty. She picked up the envelope and waited for someone to come back for it. 5 minutes passed. Then 10 minutes passed. Nobody came. Emma became curious. She knew she probably should not open someone else's letter. But something about it made her feel that the letter was important. Finally, she opened it. Inside, there was a short message. If you are reading this, you are probably waiting for the right moment to change your life. Emma stopped reading for a moment. Those words felt strangely personal. She continued. The perfect moment may never come, so don't wait for it. Take one small step today. Tomorrow, take another. And one day, you will look back and realize how far you have traveled. At the bottom of the letter, there was an address in another city. Emma had never been there before. She folded the letter and put it carefully inside her bag. That day, she could not stop thinking about it. While she was serving bread to customers, she imagined herself on a train traveling to a new city. While she was cleaning the bakery, she imagined speaking English with strangers. And when she went home that evening, she made a decision. She would take one small step. The next morning, Emma woke up 30 minutes earlier than usual. She sat at her kitchen table and practiced English. She spoke simple sentences aloud. My name is Emma. I live in a small town. I work in a bakery. I want to travel. At first, she felt silly talking to herself. Then she laughed. She realized that nobody was there to judge her. So she continued. Every morning, Emma practiced for 30 minutes. Every evening, she listened to a slow English story. She repeated difficult sentences again and again. Sometimes she made mistakes. Sometimes she forgot simple words. But she didn't stop. After 3 months, something surprising happened. A tourist entered the bakery and asked Emma for directions to the train station. Emma understood him immediately. She answered in English. Her voice was not perfect, but she was confident. The tourist smiled and thanked her. He left. Emma stood behind the counter with a huge smile on her face. For the first time, she understood something important. Confidence did not come before practice. Confidence came because of practice. 1 year later, Emma finally bought a train ticket to another city. It was not a ticket to another country. It was only a 2-hour journey. But for Emma, it felt like the beginning of a completely new life. She carried a small suitcase, her English notebook, and the old letter from the train station. When the train started moving, she looked out of the window. The town became smaller and smaller behind her. Emma smiled. She remembered how many times she had said, "I'm not ready." Now she understood that being ready was not the important thing. Starting was. And that old letter had taught her something she would never forget. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You only need to take one small step. So, what happened to the letter? Emma kept it for many years. She never discovered who had written it. Maybe it had been left there by accident. Maybe someone had placed it there intentionally. Emma never knew. But she didn't need to know. The letter had reached the right person. It had reached her. And sometimes the smallest message can create the biggest change. Now, let's learn some useful English from today's story. The first phrase is, take one small step. It means to begin with a small action, instead of trying to do everything at once. For example, you can say, I want to improve my English, so I will take one small step today. Now repeat after me. Take one small step today. Take one small step today. Excellent. Our next word is curious. Curious means wanting to know or discover something. For example, Emma was curious about the mysterious letter. Now repeat. I am curious about this story. I am curious about this story. Very good. The next word is confident. Confident means feeling sure about yourself and your abilities. For example, Emma became more confident when she practiced English every day. Now repeat. I want to speak English confidently. I want to speak English confidently. Great job. Now we have the phrase give up. To give up means to stop trying because something feels difficult. For example, Emma made mistakes, but she didn't give up. Repeat after me. Don't give up. Don't give up. Excellent. The next phrase is look back. To look back means to think about something that happened in the past. For example, one day, Emma looked back and realized how much she had improved. Now repeat. Look back and see how far you've come. Look back and see how far you've come. Wonderful. And finally, we have be ready. Being ready means feeling prepared to do something. But remember what Emma learned. Sometimes you don't have to feel completely ready before you begin. You can begin, practice, make mistakes, and become ready along the way. Now let's practice one final sentence together. I don't need to be perfect, I just need to start. I don't need to be perfect, I just need to start. Again, a little more naturally. I don't need to be perfect, I just need to start. Excellent work. If you are learning English, remember that every sentence you speak is practice. Every mistake is a lesson, and every small step brings you closer to fluency. So keep listening, keep repeating, and most importantly, don't be afraid to speak. This is Selena, and I'll see you in the next English story. Keep practicing and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.